Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed Episode 1 Recap. The webcam call that destroyed her life. What would you do if the one person who made you feel seen turned out to be the beginning of your worst nightmare? What if one late-night video call led you into a world of lies, blackmail, and murder? And what if nobody believed you when everything started falling apart? That is exactly what happens in Episode 1 of Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. And trust me, this story gets dark fast. The episode opens with Paula Sanders sitting alone in a small apartment. Not the kind of alone that feels peaceful. The kind that feels heavy. The kind that follows a person everywhere. The kind that fills every room with silence. Paula's life isn't where she imagined it would be. She's recently divorced. She's struggling through a brutal custody battle. Her daughter spends most of her time with Paula's ex-husband. And every day feels like another reminder that the life she once had is disappearing. On the surface, Paula tries to appear normal. She goes to work. She smiles when necessary. She answers phone calls. She pretends she's okay. But underneath all of that, she's falling apart. The loneliness is eating her alive. Then one night, she opens her laptop. And everything changes. Because waiting for her on the screen is Trevor. A charming webcam performer. Confident. Funny. Attentive. The kind of person who knows exactly what to say. The kind of person who makes lonely people feel special. At first, it seems harmless. Just conversations. A distraction from reality. A temporary escape from the stress of her life. But over time, Paula begins depending on those conversations. Trevor listens to her problems. He remembers details. He makes her laugh. He makes her feel wanted. And after months of feeling invisible, that attention becomes addictive. The more Paula talks to Trevor, the more she begins opening up. She shares personal stories, private frustrations, secrets about her life, things she would never tell strangers. But Trevor doesn't feel like a stranger anymore. That's the dangerous part. He feels familiar, safe, trusted. And Paula desperately needs someone she can trust. Meanwhile, her real life continues getting worse. Her ex-husband constantly questions her decisions. Every conversation turns into an argument. Every disagreement becomes another reason to doubt herself. Even simple interactions leave her feeling powerless. The custody situation hangs over her like a storm cloud. One mistake could change everything. One wrong decision could cost her access to her daughter. And Paula knows it. That's why she's terrified all the time. Terrified of failing. Terrified of losing. Terrified of becoming exactly what everyone already thinks she is. A mess. But Trevor makes those fears disappear. At least for a little while. When she's talking to him, she doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel broken. She feels human again. And that's exactly why she keeps coming back. Night after night. Conversation after conversation. She starts believing the connection is real. Maybe deeper than real. Maybe dangerous. Then Episode 1 takes a sudden turn. The kind of turn that changes everything. Late one night, Paula joins another video session with Trevor. At first, everything seems normal. They're talking, laughing, flirting. The same routine they've built together. Then suddenly, someone enters Trevor's apartment. A masked man. At first, Paula thinks it's some kind of joke. Some strange performance. Some planned stunt. But within seconds, she realizes it's real. Very real. The man attacks Trevor. Violently. Brutally. Without warning. The screen shakes. Furniture crashes. Trevor screams. Paula freezes. Her heart begins racing. She watches in horror as the situation spirals out of control. She doesn't know what to do. She can't help. She can't reach him. She can only watch. And that's the worst part. Feeling helpless. The attack feels terrifying because it happens in real time. No music. No dramatic warning. No preparation. Just sudden violence exploding into an ordinary moment. The scene is chaotic. Confusing. Panic-inducing. Exactly the way a real emergency feels. And when the video suddenly ends, Paula is left staring at a black screen. Shaking. Breathing heavily. Trying to process what she just witnessed. Was Trevor dead? Was he alive? Who attacked him?
Why?
She has no answers. Only fear. Most people would call the police immediately. Paula does. But that's when another nightmare begins. Because nobody takes her seriously. The police listen to her story. A woman watching a webcam performer online. An attack through a video call. Limited evidence. Complicated circumstances. To them, it sounds suspicious. Maybe even ridiculous. They suggest it could be a scam. A setup. A performance. Anything except what Paula believes happened. And that's when the true horror begins. Not the attack. The doubt. Because now Paula is trapped between two possibilities. Either she witnessed a real crime, or she's losing her mind. And honestly, neither option feels good. The next day things become even stranger. Paula can't stop thinking about Trevor. She replays the attack repeatedly in her head. Every detail, every movement, every second. Something about it doesn't make sense. The more she thinks about it, the more questions appear. Questions nobody wants to answer. Questions nobody else seems interested in asking. Then her phone rings. Unknown number. Paula answers. And here's Trevor's voice.
Alive.
Barely.
Desperate. Terrified.
For a moment, Paula feels relief. Trevor survived. But that relief disappears almost instantly. Because Trevor isn't calling for help. He's calling for money. A lot of money. Thousands of dollars. He claims his life is in danger. Claims people are after him. Claims he needs help immediately. And suddenly Paula finds herself facing an impossible choice. Believe him, or walk away. But the call gets worse. Much worse. Because Trevor reveals something terrifying. He knows personal information about her. Private details. Things she shared during their conversations. Things nobody else should know. And now those details have become weapons. Threats. Leverage. Control. Paula realizes something horrifying. The man she trusted may not be the person she thought he was. Suddenly, every conversation feels different. Every memory feels suspicious. Every moment they shared becomes questionable. Was Trevor ever genuine? Did he actually care about her? Or was everything part of a larger manipulation? The possibility crushes her. Because losing trust hurts more than losing money. And Paula has already lost so much. As the episode continues, the pressure becomes unbearable. Work problems, family problems, custody problems, financial problems, and now blackmail. Every direction Paula turns, another wall appears. Another obstacle. Another reason to panic. The show does an incredible job making viewers feel trapped alongside her. Because Paula isn't some action hero. She's not a detective. She's not a criminal mastermind. She's just a person. A lonely person making desperate decisions while her life slowly unravels. And that's what makes the story so compelling. It feels real. The deeper Paula falls into the mystery, the more dangerous everything becomes. She starts questioning everyone. Questioning herself. Questioning reality. Who can she trust? The police? Trevor? Her family? Nobody seems safe anymore. And that's exactly what episode 1 wants viewers to feel. Uncertainty. Paranoia.
Fear.
Meanwhile, clues begin quietly appearing. Tiny details most viewers probably missed. Small hints suggesting the attack may be connected to something much larger. Something darker. Something far more dangerous than Paula realizes. The episode never gives complete answers. Instead, it gives questions.
Lots of them.
And every answer creates 3 new mysteries. As the story approaches its ending, the tension becomes almost unbearable. Paula feels trapped.
Cornered. Exhausted.
But she still can't let Trevor go. Partly because she wants answers. Partly because she wants closure. And partly because a small piece of her still hopes the connection was real. Even after everything. Even after the threats. Even after the lies. She wants to believe. Because believing feels easier than accepting the truth. Then episode 1 delivers its biggest emotional twist. Paula realizes the danger isn't over. It's only beginning. The attack was not the end of the story. It was the beginning. A doorway into something much larger. A mystery that could destroy her life. A mystery she may not survive. And by the time the credits roll, viewers are left with one terrifying realization. Paula isn't investigating a crime anymore. She's becoming part of one. The genius of episode 1 is how quickly it pulls viewers into Paula's nightmare. What begins as a story about loneliness transforms into a thriller filled with blackmail, secrets, manipulation, and fear. Every scene adds tension. Every conversation creates suspicion. Every clue deepens the mystery. And just when you think you understand what's happening, the show changes the rules. By the end, one question remains. Was Trevor ever a victim, or was he the person who started the entire nightmare? Because if Paula can't figure out the answer soon, she may lose far more than her money. She could lose her daughter, her freedom, and maybe even her life. And that's exactly why episode 1 is impossible to stop watching. The mystery has only begun. And the rabbit hole is about to get much, much darker. Sources on the show's premise, characters, and episode 1 details.